What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to part 2 of episode 9, the catch up with Reggie and Nova. My name is Giselle, and this is my husband,
Ron.
And today you are watching another episode with It's Just the Trends.
It sounds so professional.
So, before we get into this video, I just want to give a shout out to It's T Jones 7334. Thank you for commenting down below and tell us what you want us to react to. Hope you enjoy the video. So we're about to get into it. What do you
And thank you for the subscription.
And thank you.
Why are you pressing me like damn, I can't speak what you want to say. I don't mess up your introduction.
So it's T Jones 7334. Shout out to you. If you want to get shouted out in our next video, make sure you comment down below and tell us what you want us to react to. And we'll definitely do that. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
That was a fun introduction.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette, and we are here today with Reggie and Nova. Welcome, guys. How are we feeling today?
Good.
Okay.
Feeling great.
That's what we like to hear. So we did have you guys on episode 9 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you ended up matching. Okay, so is it gonna be a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Definitely.
We got it! Alright, I'll take this mic. You guys can go on off. Okay, and so on that episode, we did get to know a little bit about each of you, but just let the people know a little bit more, give them a little refresher. Nova, let's start with you. Tell us about yourself.
So, I'm born and raised in Arizona, and I have a 10-year-old daughter. I am an esthetician. I am in nursing school, and I've always been in healthcare. I've been in healthcare for about 11 years.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of been my go-to job. Like, every time I have like a little hustle or whatever, I always go back to the hospital.
Got it.
So I'm pretty big on that. I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. I used to model. I used to host clubs and different
Everybody,
cities.
right, you all model too. Wait. Now you all model too.
Yeah, I'm a pretty.
Let me just stop the video
Now
and
you
say,
all model too.
I felt like when she said I'm a model, our face went like this.
Everybody a model. I don't know. You're right. You a model too.
I am a model.
Yeah,
Don't blame me. I'm on camera right now. What's up? Pose.
Get it.
Person too, like this is kind of a new experience for me. Being so, everything used to be like party and go, and now it's like more personal. So I'm not used to disclosing a lot of information like this. So it's been a journey.
By his body language, I don't think they mess with each other no more.
What?
By his body language. Let's see.
I think they do.
He look a little cut off from I don't know. I think they chilled, but I don't think they talk.
I think they're still getting to know each other, and I feel like he's listening with a keen ear.
Okay. Keen ear.
I am very fast in a very different way.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I'm definitely trying to get back into my modeling. Definitely about to get back on Instagram, go crazy. I don't know. I tried this because I literally felt like I was having bad luck finding relationships that would work for me.
Yeah.
Especially after my whole experience in the entertainment world. I had a partner and he ended up passing away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so we were kind of like on our Bonnie and Clyde stuff. So when that kind of dissipated, I kind of got out of it because it wasn't fun anymore. So I just kind of started changing my life, but dating has been hard ever since.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
It's been hard. So I kind of came into this like I told you, I was like, I didn't even know that I was gonna get on the show.
Yeah,
like,
you did say that.
I just winged it, and my mom was like, yeah, like, what do you have to lose? Like, what are you doing right now? And I'm
Literally.
like, oh, I guess, like, it'll be an experience. I might meet someone. And yeah, so I came on the show, and I was like, at first I was like, okay, this is crazy. It was like speed dating on crack. Okay, unscripted. Everything was just wild, and it was like going from like the super private person to being like on blast, like in a different way. It was wild. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. It was a good experience, but it was wild.
Okay, all right. Get a little bit Nova. Now, Reggie, what about for yourself?
So pretty much just about me. So like I said on the show, I do motor.
I already know what you're about to say. You gonna say something about his nose pierced?
Not only that.
Oh, okay. Oh, alright.
His earrings and his nose.
I didn't peep his earrings, but nose rings.
He
I do
got
not
on
understand.
hoops with a nose stud. All he need is a wig with a bang.
Oh damn, babe.
Like
that's what he wanted.
he
to
got
step
on
away
hoops with a nose ring. Hoops
That's what.
in 2 ears, not one.
That's what men do. That's what these men do now. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't get nose rings. I don't get piercings on anybody's face. I don't get it.
It's
for me
not
to
only
get,
the
though.
nose rings. He got on hoop earrings. You know what?
I'm not really listening. The
He
main
got
thing is
on
who.
hoop earrings with a nose ring. Just look at it.
Motivational music. So something I've been working on. Financial literacy. Teach people about preparing their credit, start passive income, things like that. And overall, just
They're not rocking with each other no more. Now look, I skipped it, but look up body language.
I like to consider myself a fun guy. You know what I mean? Like I said in the show about experiences, it's not what you do, it's who you with. You do the same thing that you do with the right. You do the same thing you do regularly with the right person. You can make it a fun time.
Something happened.
So I'm definitely, when it comes to that, I'm definitely.
Yo, shout out to the subscriber again. What's his name? I'm sorry.
T Jones 733.
Because I see this is about to get interesting. I see it building up. They something ain't right with them two right now.
Yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? So I'm all about kind of like experience. I can have like goofy sides about me, a business side. It's all about following your dreams, following your
look up face. I read body language. Face.
The goals and experience in life with finding a life partner ultimately.
Okay, nice. All right, so Reggie, as we saw on the show, one of the questions you actually ended up asking Nova when we brought her up to the front was like, what are some of your vices? Where did that question come from?
Yes. So since you're asking about me and I didn't mention that. So after high school, I became a professional gamer.
Oh.
And so like for me, like I said, I had questions that I had kind of pre-planned. Like I wanted to ask these questions. Really only got to ask one, and then they kind of was asking me questions.
Okay.
And then when we got to the front, and then when she hit me with the smooth line, like, "Well, I want to talk to you privately," So after that, I was like, I obviously want to match with her, right? But I wanted to be kind of transparent. It's one thing that I look forward to myself, that I'm, preach within myself. So I wanted to make sure that was known to her, because I didn't want something to happen where it's like, oh, he plays video games. You know what I mean? Because it's like a stigma. It's like, is it a childish thing? Is it or not? Personally, I believe, you can be any age. It's a good vice, that your guy is in the house, but let's get too deep. So in this case, I wanted just to make it known that was a thing for me. Mm-hmm. And then, she gave the perfect response, and it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. And so Nova, are video games like a big part of your life, or
a big part of my life? I never was a professional. I never was like a professional. Mm-hmm. But I've been playing video games for as long as I can remember. Like I never made it like a hobby or like a job. Mm-hmm. But even my daughter, my mom plays. We have like 3 PlayStations at the house. Yeah, we have so I never made it like a profession. But
I never played I was never into like what's it called, like
PlayStation?
Call of Duty and stuff like that. But when GameCube was out, Mario Go-Kart and Need for Speed, I was busting your butt.
I didn't play that like that. When you met me, I was still going crazy with games, but I was always Madden. But my favorite was 2K. I never got into Call of Duty, but I do not play video games no more.
I want to get into my video games. I wish Wii was still out. I wish GameCube was still out. I think they have the Switch thing now, the Nintendo Switch, but it's not the same. Like I want the controller in my hand, playing the like old school games. So
play video games. I have my favorites. Like,
Okay.
Reggie was definitely gonna show me like more, like deeper into it, and I was definitely all game for it. But yeah, I have my favorites.
Okay.
But, yeah, I wouldn't call myself a gamer, you know, but I do play video games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has that ever been, because I know he kind of mentioned maybe someone could find it childish or whatever it is. Has that ever been a problem for you?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Now, Reggie, has that ever been a problem for you in any past relationships?
It has actually. It actually has. Like I said, it's that stigma. Like, is it a childish thing? Is it, like I said, it's I think it's 50-50. Like, even like if I've seen some reactions, some people were saying, "Oh, that's great," or some people like, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just, it is who I am. You know what I mean? And like I said, when I was answering one of those questions, like, you have to be comfortable being who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't shy away from it. It's like, I wanted to show Nova like who I am, and then have her match with me off the pretense like, this is this guy. He's not gonna change and be something else. You know what I mean? And just want to quick.
And I don't think it's a problem if a man plays video games, but I do wonder, because he said it was a problem, but I do wonder if he was playing the video games, which was cool, but was he also using that to take time away from spending time with his significant other?
Of course, that's probably
like,
most of the time.
does he have trouble with balance? Because at the end of the day, okay, we're gonna play video games, but you gotta still make time for your lady, your woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she needs attention too. She needs to be played with too. So I'm just saying respectfully, like yeah, if you play video games, cool. But I'm curious to see on the female side that he dealt with. Like, did he make time for them, or it was just, or even when they did make time for each other, it was like they went out, he probably playing a video game on his phone, or even as soon as he come back, he back to the video game.
I think that's where the conflict comes in, because he's not only playing video games, right? But this is his bread and butter. This is what he makes his money
He
from.
did say professional, yeah.
So, like, if he's saying he's a professional, I'm guessing he makes money from it. So then it becomes the line of like, yo, this is how I eat. This is how we're going out to eat. So it's like,
he better be making money if he talking about you professional.
It could be like that gray area of, I'm giving you my time, but I'm not giving you 100% of my time because I need to play video games to make money, so it consumes his life.
Yeah, agree.
Like a side, Nova says she's not a gamer. Amazing gamer. She will beat you all in Fortnite. I promise you.
Okay.
A lot of practice.
All right, girl, you gotta show them how it's done.
Sometimes, right?
Okay, so I know a question that's just been on everyone's mind, because I know most people love that you guys are able to kind of vibe and connect on the gamer thing. So I cross my fingers and hope you guys answer this question how the whole world wants. But since you matched on the show, has there been a date?
There's been dates. I think it's dates, but we'll see. They're not together no more though. What you think?
They definitely been on dates. I think they're still together. I don't know.
Nah, let's see.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. Tell me about it, Nova.
So during the show, I was in transition between jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually off for 2 weeks, and I believe Reggie was too. Like, we both were transitioning, and so we kind of spent a lot of time together the first like couple weeks. And yeah, we went to the first night with the other couple, Brittany and Philip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with Brittany and Philip, we went. Well, we didn't go with them, but we ended up running into them at the Champagne Lane.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I wanted to play. Like, I wanted to play games, so I actually wanted to take him to Cobra, which is an arcade bar.
Okay.
That I absolutely love. Like, they have all the old games, the Tetris. Like,
What?
yeah, it was good, but it was too packed. So we ended up going to Champagne Lanes, and that's how we ended up running into them. So that was like, it wasn't a date, but it was kind of like, okay, yeah, we matched. Let's see what, let's talk more. And then after that, we ended up going to Cobra. I think it was like during the week when it wasn't as busy, and we actually had a good time, like a really good time. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the going to Cobra was kind of like the official first date.
Yeah, that was the official first date.
Okay, and how soon after the show was that?
Probably the next day.
Oh, that's what we like to hear. Y'all wasted no time.
No time. he actually let me go home after the show to change. Cause I was like so nervous, sweating. It was crazy. So I was like, please, can I go home? Like, and he definitely let me go home and change. So that we end up, like, if you see the picture, like, I'm in a whole nother outfit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, no, let me go change. So yeah, I was just really nervous from the show. So yeah, we had a good time, but we waste no time. We waste no time.
Okay, so Reggie, how was everything for you after the show?
Yeah, she hit it on the head. She hit it on the head. So as soon as after the show, so even before the last person came out, we left. I was like, hey, let's go on a date. Let's go out. So we was well, she actually had that great idea. She was like, well, why don't we go to, we said, like gamers, let's go to the arcade. I was like, arcade bar, never heard of that. So we went there. But yeah, super packed, couldn't get in there. Went to Champagne Lanes. We seen my man Philip and his match there. That's when we did that group picture that y'all seen. And then we did want to bowl, but it's kind of like how it was set up, we wouldn't have been able to bowl. So then we was like, okay, for the next day, let's go to the arcade bar. Played all the arcade games, got some drinks.
And see, I give them respect and applaud them because they're taking it serious. They're making time for each other. They came on the show to find a match. If you find a match, make sure you go on some dates. Make sure you hang out with each other. And I say that because there's been some couples that match. They never went out on a date. They never took it serious.
They flew home like the next day.
Exactly. You gotta, if you want to find a relationship, take it serious. Like, stop playing. Put them reps in. Put them dates in. Put that practice in. Hit that layup line. Gotta put that work in if you want a good, healthy relationship. Especially if you want to start one.
Do them suicides.
Word.
After that, we didn't even want the night to end. Went to Dave and Buster's. So we're like, really? Yeah. So we definitely was being true to who we were, talking, getting to know each other. It was definitely great moments.
Okay, so you guys went from one arcade place to the next.
Yes,
wow.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a long night.
And then, so, after that, like, how was the communication? And, like, I know you guys said you both had kind of like a 2 weeks off, so how was that?
Yeah, we were pretty much together almost every day after that, yeah. It was, we were together pretty much every day after that. Even for just a little bit, like a couple hours out of the day, but yeah, it was pretty much every day after that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You guys did a lot of, like, fun things, like... Or was it more like chill vibes?
Well, he was getting ready for work, so he was just... I did a couple ride-alongs.
Oh.
That was, I'm chilling.
Yeah. Just as long as you're spending time together kind of thing, right?
Yeah. I don't ask for much.
So how were the rides?
That's me too. I'm good with just like what he does. I'm good with just a ride-along. Like, I'm good. As long as we're together, we're still bonding because there's still a couple minutes in the day where we're able to chill, right? We're able to communicate. So as long as we're just together, we're in each other's presence.
Like this right here, what we doing is helping build our relationship. We spending time with each other. We're going through an experience with each other. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, I took my wife to some really nice places, but my wife also proved to me to be in a relationship that she don't mind simple things, and that's like one of my favorite dates is when we slept on the beach. Yeah. That's a date I will always remember. It was
really?
That's one of my favorite dates. And it was right before 4th of July. But if y'all did get this far and y'all want to know about that story, get this video to 100 likes.
I had a long, like, she was like her, she was like, I'm coming. Like,
no. I definitely was well, I invited her, but she was down to come. So it was like, It was 50-50 with it. So yeah, it was like, so we did the 2 dates. Then it was like, hey, you're a dope person, I'm a dope person. I want you in my company. You know what I mean? And like, I really wanted to make it a point to kind of be intentional with how I was moving, be purposeful. So I was like, hey, I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. I got to go check this office out. Come with me. She helped me like put tables and chairs in my office. We really was definitely tag team dynamic and duo in it outside on that type of time. So yeah, it definitely was just great moments. We just was with each other every day basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Wow. Sure. Okay. And then after the 2 weeks, how was everything? Like.
Well, we.
There you go. Some ain't right. We're about to find out now. It started all good, but
started talking about our past. Well, my past, and I still know very little about Reggie.
Oh.
Even though we spent a lot of time together, I wasn't able to get all the questions I wanted answered.
Okay.
Yeah, so it got hard because it was more focused on me and like what I've been doing and what my life was, and more about that. And I was like, I healed from it, you know. I grew up from that. I'm 30 years old. I wasn't into, you know, in the entertainment world for like 6 years now. So it was kind of like, get over it. But at the same time, I understood, like, as a man, he wanted to know like all the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
And so I was very open,
Why are men like that though? Like, not you, but there are men who, when they first meet a female, they give them like a freaking job application interview of questions to answer before, like, it's like they want to know why y'all like that. I don't know, I never understood.
I know you're not like that.
Explain
this. I never understood why certain men like to compare themselves to a woman's ex, or even sit there and talk about them for hours and want to compare every single thing.
I don't know if it's a comparison.
It's a sign of insecurity, right?
Like, all right, so like the common question, like, how many bodies you got? Like, it's like, okay, and how many of them did you do this with? All right, and how many of them did you do this with? All right, now, how long was you a stripper? All right, it's like, why? Like, crazy. Are you getting to know me, or are you getting to, like, you're not getting to know my past. You're getting to know me, right? For me now in the present. So I don't understand why men do that. It seemed like that's what he was doing because of her background of being in the entertainment industry. I don't know what she was doing in entertainment. I don't know.
Very transparent about everything, but it just got to a point where it was like he couldn't let it go. And then at one point, he did tell me that I lacked confidence. So that was a problem for me because it was like, you don't know me. Like, how can you say that I lack anything if you haven't even gave me a chance to show you like who I am or what I'm capable of? Like, when you show confidence, like, I went on a show, didn't know anybody there, like, you know, like, not even, this is not my cup of tea. Like, I like to meet people old fashioned, like grocery store, gas station, even out at the bar, like, not on a dating show, you know? So I was like, what? Like, so that kind of threw me back. And then it was like, it just got real messy towards the end of everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, I know you said it was really like a lot focused on you. Like, were you asking him questions and he was answering it, or like?
Yeah, he's the king of deflection.
Oh.
He's king of deflection.
Yeah.
So, and he owns it. Like, he knows. So, hey, I mean, it was something that was like, this is me, you know, and I was like, oh, well, we were having so much fun. Why didn't you come sooner?
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those things for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie? What's going on, Mr. King of Deflection?
So pretty much the quote unquote like problem started was we did have a conversation. Like I said, we spent a lot of time with each other, so we was having like deep conversations, not just like surface level, like past the surface level, like we really was getting deep. And so pretty much she was saying like we had to talk like what did you think, like you know, how like did you know you was gonna match with me, you know, just kind of talking. And it was like a thing, it was like, tell me about, like we was talking, it's kind of like, tell me some things, you know what I mean? It's like, it was not just like, you're not confident. Like, we actually was having a conversation. And I said that, you know what I mean? I just said it. It was like, I think you can be more confident. And that was our like first big argument. But like I also said in the show, I'm big on communication, I'm big on conversation. So we talked through it. It definitely was kind of early on, so you know, it might have turned her off a little bit, but I was kind of happy that we went through that, because it's like, if we get through this hard stuff now, then it's sort of roses and flowers at the end. You know what I mean? So it's like, we went through that, we talked through it. It was a tough talk, but we got through it. And then that pretty much was the theme. It was like, whatever a hard conversation is, like she said, with the past, we had a hard conversation about that as well. And that was something that I haven't experienced before, so it was difficult for me. So I like sought counsel for that. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my best friend, talked to female friends. Shout out BM. He helped me with counsel as well with that. And then I got over it. And it's like basically more specific, like she's saying, being in like the entertainment world. Like, I've never talked to someone, you know, who did that before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was even going so much to the point where I was getting counsel from her. Like, yeah, how did have you gone through this before? You know what I mean? So I was being true to who I was as far as like trying to have the communication part at a high level. But it's just like something that I kind of learned from it. I might be jumping the gun a little bit, but something I kind of learned from it is like, if someone is like has like past trauma or something like this, it's like you have to tread lightly when you're talking to them. And because, like I'm just telling you, like I'm big on communication, so it might seem like I'm poking a bear, but I'm really trying to learn you to figure out how I can love you better. You know what I mean? Okay. So, but if I'm triggering something and not realizing it, and it just seems like I'm antagonizing, you feel like, you know, you're defending yourself every day, then like in hindsight, I can see how it looked from her perspective. But in that moment, I was just like, you're hiding stuff from me. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I have to take responsibility for that as well. Okay,
you got to know her and all that stuff, but she didn't really get much out of you. Like, what was the reasoning for that? Like, why didn't you open up, I guess?
So it's not like a thing of like I'm not opening up, like I'm an open book. You can kind of tell like communication is good for me, but it's like we were I was so focused on that part that it's like I couldn't get past it. You know what I mean? For a minute, like I said, I was talking to people, even talking to her to figure out like, hey, like I don't know.
What you think she was doing?
I don't know.
Like,
I'm
was
trying
she
to figure out
stripping?
I don't think she was stripping. I don't know. OnlyFans?
Keep saying entertainment, but OnlyFans been out that long now?
6 years? Oh no. I don't know.
I don't know what the past is looking like. Like I don't know if something like, is she really telling me the truth type stuff. But like I said, the beauty of it.
It seemed like he got trauma and he got trust issues and he got all of this going on with him, and he trying to push it over on her and talking about how he couldn't get past it. It's really him that needs to heal. Like,
I think it's him, because if it's in the past, it's in the past. Like, and for her to be open to you about it,
and you still not be able to get over it, and
she got over
is she lying?
Yeah, that's gonna make her feel some type of way.
When you have a conversation with your partner, you can get over it. So I was working towards getting over those things, and I was getting over those things, I feel, but I think possibly the damage was done already, where it's like, you got over it, but I'm not, and then wasn't feeling it.
I don't think he got over it. Okay. I really don't. This kind of, like, once it was out there, it dragged the whole month. Like, we really just stopped talking, like, a week ago. Yeah. So, it never...
Told you they wasn't talking no more, though. You could tell by their bodies and,
Never stopped. And then as far as, like, trauma, like, I don't have trauma of my past. Like, I've grown from it. Like I said, this was 6 years ago. I would hope that I've grown from it, like, so it's kind of like to have someone come into your life and not know you and then call it a trauma or say that you're lacking in confidence, or when you've done all these crazy, wonderful things that a lot of people are afraid to do. It's like, what? Like, who are you talking to? Like, you're not talking to me. Yeah. Like, I'm a confident person. I'm just a private person. I'm a calm person. So a lot of people don't know how to accept that. So when they see me, it's always, I gotta be doing something, or but that's not the case. Like, when I was in the entertainment world, I did have a partner. I didn't have to do any of the extra crazy stuff that a lot of other women do.
Yeah, I think you're right. Most likely it was OnlyFans. She said she had a partner, so most likely she was doing OnlyFans and put the video up. I wonder if he found out because of the, internet finds everything. And, when they put these videos out, people could save them. Because the fact that she's saying I did it with the same partner, most likely it was OnlyFans. She was getting some money, popping that thing.
I never dabbled in drugs. I didn't have to cope with anything. Like, there was a mission, and that was all there was to it. And so explaining that to him, he wasn't understanding that.
I wonder if that's the one that died. Remember, she said her significant other died.
Yeah, so she hasn't been into it for the past 6 years.
Wow, and that's why because she was only doing it with him.
It just was like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And then it was like, well, I'm an eligible bachelor. Why would I settle for someone with your past?
Tony. No, what's Reggie. Reggie. Oh my God, man.
Wow.
If you couldn't handle it, then don't handle it. Don't sit there and now belittle her and come at her. Damn, Reggie, I was on your side, man. Yo, man, we need to be better at holding in our emotions and watch what come out our mouths.
Bachelor.
And I'm not saying rest in peace because he's a good man. Like, I think it's Kevin Samuel who put this stuff in these men's head. Like, you could think that way, but for you to say I'm an eligible bachelor, why should I settle with somebody like you from your past? She is never getting over that.
Nope.
She is never gonna forget that.
Nope.
Like what R. Kelly said, when a woman fed up, it's over. Yo, shout out to, again, this is good, but Reggie, we gotta do better, man. You just don't deal with her. You clearly couldn't handle it, but don't sit there and deal with her. But now you can't deal with it. You gotta come at her, make her feel like how you feeling inside. But she's smart. She been around some dudes. She know like, oh yeah, he just can't handle me. Cause listen, if you can't handle it, just don't be with her. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's not anything wrong with a man judging a woman not being with her for that. But if you're not gonna, but if you do decide to be with her, don't continue to bring stuff up to throw it in her face. That is the most weakest thing anybody can do. Is use somebody else's insecurities or they past or they weaknesses and throwing it in their face. Like, oh damn, Reggie.
So it's like you're taking these jabs.
So he said this.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So it's like you're taking these jabs, but you want me to just be like, oh, it's fine. Let's move on. But it's like, how can I be with someone that sees me in such a negative way and not even letting me like show him who I am, or what I can do or what I offer. Like, I am a soldier. Like, I will go tooth and nail for my man. So it's like, for someone to just come into my life that is asking me all these questions, I'm being very open about everything. Like, everything. Like, I showed him my OnlyFans.
Oh, there you go.
Showed it to him. And he was like, oh, that's not even that bad. Oh, yeah. Because I've never been that girl. I never had to go the extra mile.
Okay.
And he couldn't accept the fact that I didn't have to do all that to get where I wanted to be. So it's kind of like it was like he was stuck in a stigma or like what's the word? Stereotype. And it's just like, I'm a multifaceted woman. Like I'm educated. I have my associate's degree. I'm working on my bachelor's degree. I hustle, so at the end of the day, it's like, if that's not something that you're okay with, then I'm not for you. Because
that's it.
You're not gonna put me in a place to win. I'm gonna go put myself in a place to win. Okay. So it's just, that never ended. It never ended. It was just, it got to a point where I was like, every time he was like, I gotta talk to you about something, I would be like, let me sit down. So it was just like, the icing on the cake. That was pretty much it. Like, I just can't be with someone that can't let me grow past where I've already grown from. Like, you're taking.
Yeah, I honestly gained a lot more respect for this young lady.
Yeah.
The fact that she's accepting her past and dealing with it, and she knows what she has done. I give her a lot of respect for that, because a lot of people, they done things in their past and they just cannot let it go. And that's what holds a lot of people back from striving in life, is allowing your past to just break you down. And at the end of the day, it's in the past. Like, I know it's hard. I know some people been through some real traumatic things, but life's gonna go on, and you just gotta find a way.
Yeah,
but
he's definitely dealing with some stuff. Or maybe, like I said, like, she's really pretty, right? She got it going on. So for him, it's kind of hard for him, hearing her past and what she used to do with like her old partner. Maybe it's hard for him to believe now that she's not doing those things anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just triggering for him. And then I do believe that, like, when you have a lady, when you call somebody a lady, you introduce them to everybody, now it's in the back of your head. She does have her OnlyFans.
Yeah. So
now it's like, somebody slip up on her page. Like, it could be a lot to get into with that. So I understand, like she said, if I'm not for you, that's cool.
It.
But just leave me alone, then. Don't try to make it work or try to keep bringing it up or making it this elephant in the room, or like, just, all right, cool. We could just be friends. We could just play video games and be cool. We don't got to do nothing else.
Yeah.
So.
You need back to where I've came, like, I don't need to go backwards. I need to go forward. So that's kind of where I was at with that.
So when you speak about like you were in the entertainment world and things like that, I know you mentioned OnlyFans. That's something you're doing now.
No.
Oh, that was like back then.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Not even back then. Like sometimes I think the last one was probably like back in April that I dropped like a little 3-minute video of me just dancing. So that's what I did. I was just dancing on there. Like I went virtual with my entertainment, with my dancing. But I never showed, like I never went full nude or anything like that. So it was just kind of like boudoir, just little stuff. Like not. I mean, some people might say that's not little stuff, but it wasn't as extreme as some people go, you know. So I showed it to them. I was a dancer for about 4 or 5 years. And during that time, I was in a relationship, so that's when I was like doing the whole body line. Yeah, I was trying to do everything. I was trying to do it all. And yeah, when my partner died, I didn't find it fun anymore. I felt like there was a lot more vultures out there than I was used to because I didn't have to deal with none of that stuff. Yeah. So I just kind of let it go, you know? Like I didn't feel like it fit me anymore. So I let it go. And plus at the time, I was a single mom. So my daughter, I think she was like about 5 years old when I stopped dancing. She was starting to go to kindergarten. I was like, well, I can't do this with her. Like, no, like it's not gonna work anymore. Like when she was a kid, it was easy because it was like, okay, she sleep at night, I drop her off, sit her, go to work, come back. She didn't even know I was gone, you know. But now it's like I gotta take her to school. I have my responsibility list grew. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, yeah, I can't now. You know, I got my dance bag in the corner. She's trying to put on my heels. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, it just stopped being fun for me anymore. It just started being like, okay, so what type of woman do you want to be? So that's when I was like, okay, I sticked with my modeling for a little bit, and even with that, it was like, I just didn't have the heart for it anymore. Like, I just didn't, I started bullshitting, I missed appointments and all that. Like, it just stopped being fun.
Okay. Yeah. All right, now Reggie.
Yeah, all right, so first off, I don't know who uses the word eligible or bachelor together, but I did not say those words.
You definitely did.
But I will say this, just for everything she just said. For me, so yes, I never talked to a dancer before. Dancer, that means, you know, when it push come to shove, she knows how to get to the cheese, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm about my money and things like this. So I feel like it's something that we could have kind of worked with. We did work with. And I know she was saying, like, it seemed like you were still stuck there. I wasn't still stuck there. And because the communication is so high for me, as she knows, like, there literally was nothing that we couldn't talk about, right? So even the part of, like, why I didn't know him, it's because, like, questions wasn't asked. Because any question that would be asked, I'm not going to I would answer, you know what I mean? And also, as far as kind of things that was going on with us, this isn't just, when I say we were together, like, every day for, like, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it wasn't just like, oh, we're just laying up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was, like I said, showing her that I'm a man that can lead and doing things for whatever she needed. Hey, I don't know if I'm going to make it to work, fill up your gas tank, you know what I mean? I'm going through a financial hardship, cool. We can make some passive income together. This is how we can do it. If you need your credit fixed, we can go through things like this. Like, I was giving her the blueprint of everything. We could potentially do a TikTok, a YouTube channel. Like, I was giving her the blueprint of, like, we can do all these things together. Like, I was leading and moving intentful. And the big thing for me, for her, is I said, no matter what we go through, we can have a conversation about it. Every single thing we went through, when we had a conversation about it, we're able to get over it. But if I'm getting blocked and I can't even hit her up and things like this, how you're blocking my superpower? You know what I mean? And I don't say my superpower, but my thing of, like, if we're going through these hard things early, we're gonna get through. And then, you know, a lot of people, they'll meet each other, it's all bliss and roses, and then, like, 6 months down the line, it's like, he wasn't that perfect.
Nah, I'm getting the vibe like he mad and annoying. Like, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, it don't matter if I'm right or wrong anyway.
Like, he preached communication a lot, but I think he made it very difficult to communicate, and he just became annoying with his communication.
Yeah, because I see how he keep throwing that out.
Right,
like,
we can
that's
talk
the
about
reason
anything.
why.
We
Yeah,
can communicate about anything. That's my superpower, but I think he was using it.
you gotta think about the type of chick she is, like, where she came from. So she was dealing with some type of dude that he was getting to the bag too, like, to where he actually had his lady. stripping, doing OnlyFans, but he's sitting here talking like he teaching her something new. Oh, I was showing her the blueprint. Bro, she probably already had a blueprint with son who passed away. People don't be. Man. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe. Like yeah, a lot of dudes be thinking they. Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
Person, then they stop. The thing about me, like, this is Reggie. You know what I mean? Like, if you like me now, you'll love me later. Okay. If you don't like me now, you won't like me later. But at least you can say that man was himself. He didn't wait for 2 months down the line. He didn't wait before I was wrapped around his finger. He didn't wait for me to say no. He was already him. And she felt that. You know what I mean? So the fact that.
And he keep putting words in her mouth, and her responses. Yeah, okay, you did it perfect, babe. He said I was him, and like, bro, she had a man that passed. Like, he was him to her. Like, right. We can't. What that comment say? This show really proves and shows why people is
still single.
Like.
That's when I said it was trauma, because there's no way everything we went through, we was able to talk through it, and then you just like a breaking point where it's like she started saying some wild things like, well, I'm about to just get someone to pay my rent. It's like, you're not even believing in the plans that I'm setting for us. Like, we have plans. I just want you to believe in what we got going on. Like, there's too many people who want to see us win, including yourself, including BM. Yeah. I was even seeking counsel from both of y'all, like, oh, what do you think? How will we do it this week? And it's like, everyone believed in the vision except her. And I get it, you know, sometimes if you're going through like financial hardship, things like this, everyone's going through it. You're not.
He just throwing jabs at her. First of all, she said that she just looking for somebody to pay her rent. Mm-hmm. Then he just said that I understand if you're going through financial hardship.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm waiting for her to respond, because
she about to get up and slap him with the mic. That's what she about to do, because she about to be like, you're not about to come on here and make me
just
seem like
whatever,
I'm
right?
some gold digger. Of course. Yeah. They're just throwing jabs at each other at this point. Like,
yourself, what have you, but because I was leading, because I had plans every step of the way, it's just unfortunate to me that she didn't believe enough in everything that I was showing her. I was not just talking. These are like, everything I'm saying right now, it was all in the play. We sat down for like an hour or whatever it was, like, hey, this is how we do a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things. So it's just like, finally, I'm kind of long-winded, but she asked me the question, like, how do you deal with conflict? And I said that answer is like, you know, give your grace and don't go to sleep early. But I should have returned that question, because she doesn't handle conflict well. She's like, want to run away. And it's like, we got through so much. Why you want to run away now? Like, beyond the show, you know what I mean? Like, it got to the point where it's like, yo, how do we meet? Because like, it was just so genuine and so real. Yeah. It's like, oh shoot, the show. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and he getting me mad too. The fact he keeps saying, yeah, we've been through so much. You know, bro, y'all was talking for 2 weeks, bro. Like, that's not going through a lot, man. That's how I know in his head he think different. Yeah, I'm curious now about his previous relationships, what his relationships like, or if he had any. Because for you think you've been through a lot in 2 weeks, again, you saying this to somebody that dealt with somebody that died, that passed away, rest in peace, who was doing OnlyFans with, she was stripping for pretty much. You ain't been through nothing with her yet. She's not gonna look. Maybe. Oh my God. Oh, we got a problem. We got a problem in society.
We got a problem.
I don't want to say it, but it's like he can't read the room, or he can't read her. Like, you're not impressing her with nothing yet.
Yes, that's the perfect.
I think he really think he impressing her.
And I'm trying to show her something.
And I'm not saying, please, I'm not saying like he trashing things, but you got to think about her past. You got to like read her. She was 24 at the time. She said this was 6 years ago, so she probably got when she was like 20, 21, right. 19, whatever. I'm assuming that might be the baby father, but even if it's not, the dude was around when she had the young child. Mm-hmm. And if he was saying all this stuff now to us and the fans, and he was saying the same thing to her, I know she was in her head like, this nigga, like, come on, like, we gotta read these women better, man. Like, oh man, he said, yo, I got the blueprint.
Yeah, let's make a video channel. He wants to make a YouTube channel and play video games on it.
And TikTok, he had the blueprint.
It was real for me. It basically is what I'm getting at. So me going through, oh, you was a dancer? I don't know about that. I don't like, hey, give us some advice. You know what I mean? Like it was real for me when I was trying to work through it. You know what I'm saying? So that part.
So he was trying to take out a dancing. Or like
she
what
not
could
dancing
he,
no more.
No, but he was like, "Oh, you was a dancer. I don't know about that." Like he said.
Like basically saying, I don't know if I could deal with somebody that was dancing, right? Yeah, because she not
like,
dancing
let's
no
try
more.
something else.
But she not dancing no more. I think he was just saying like, I don't know if I could deal with somebody who used to dance. Like he's still allowing her past to bother him. Like you wasn't thought about.
Yo.
Definitely was hurting for a bit, and you know, like if a woman blocks you, it's literally the worst thing you can do to a dude. It's like, I'm not saying like, yeah, I was definitely hurt by it, but it's like, because you feel like you can't talk, like call me a B, like call me, you know what I'm saying, do something, like don't just block me and I can't talk to you, and it's like I'm fighting with myself. Should I text her, should I not?
Yo, her whole face expression like, yo, I dodged a bullet. Like she look at him like a real cornball right now.
I think so.
Like and I'm not saying yes, but I'm just going off the way she looking at you, bro. It's like she dealt with some dudes, bro, like that was able to get her to do some things, and like and this is the reason why she's like, damn, I missed that.
Yo, play the video.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, you can't text us, you block, right? But so I was definitely going through it, and that's probably the only good thing. I was trying to look for the positive of things. Like I've been working on doing my own stuff, like getting back consistent with posting and stuff like that. So I was going through that, and that helped me to kind of thrive to get to where I am now. But I definitely was hurt by, you know what I'm saying, her actions, for sure.
Okay, Nova, let's switch on over to you.
Yeah, so cool story. Financial hardship, absolutely not. He's gave me $40 for my gas tank. It takes $50, and we talked about that. He was like, "Why didn't you let me fill it up?" And I was like, "Well, it's okay. Like it's just $10. I can do it."
Yeah.
And then he bought me a $65 PlayStation camera. That is all the money that he spent on me. So for him to sit here and say that I am going through trauma and I am going through financial hardship that I need saving from is a little bit precocious. So my heart is pounding. I'm trying so hard to stay calm, and
Can I respond?
I'm just tired of being.
Wait, right.
You can. I'm just at this point. I'm just tired of people like playing with me. I want financial elevation. I want financial security. But at the end of the day, for you to sit here and act like you spent all this money on me and you're actually helping me and you'll be there for me, and you haven't done any of those things. He told me there was a lot of other little tidbits in the middle of that, where it was like he wanted me to deposit my check into his account and I get an allowance off of that. No.
Yo, my son is crazy. Yo.
I honestly, like, I like this because it's entertaining. Thank you once again. It's
shout out to, yeah, good looking.
But I don't know if they I really hope that they're not telling lies on each other, because his face right now, like, why would I say that? And then him coming like, oh, she said she needed help paying rent. Like, I really hope they not being petty. Like,
let's see.
It's
my
sad.
God,
it's really sad.
This is good.
Oh, I'm not working to have an allowance off my thing. That wasn't a
You want to respond so bad.
That wasn't a cap. My mom was on E-Road speaker. My mom was there, so if you guys want to, ask my mother, we could do that. So yeah, that was something that was said. Also, he's leaving in November because he's on contract for his job. He told me that I was supposed to go with him.
Go where?
Wherever he goes. I'm in nursing school. That wasn't going to happen. He was convinced that I was going to change my mind come November. I pay for school out of pocket. I go to a private school. So it's pretty expensive. So I'm not going to just drop out of school just because I found a match on a dating show that isn't comfortable with me at all. There was another thing as well where he said I wasn't his typical type. Actually, Micah was.
Micah from the same.
Yes.
Oh. Wait, that was the girl. The heavy set one that we talked about. I said. Yeah, he just purposely trying to hurt her feelings. That's it. He just, what, he 38? What was he?
I don't know.
He got.
issues.
You got issues, yeah. You
Choose between me or her. So it was kind of like, why choose me if that wasn't even your type? It was because he liked.
And it's sad because some men gonna agree with him, like, oh, you should act that way, you should be that way. Nah, you shouldn't. You looking real emotional right now. You can't control your emotions, man. That's one of the 40 laws of power, man. Never allow somebody else to control your emotions. And you clearly show signs of, like, you're not emotional intelligent. You can't control your emotions. Once you feel some type of way, you just say anything. It looks sloppy.
My answers. That's what I was told, and that's what he said on the show as well. And then for you to get someone like me, and then try to drag me through the mud to make yourself feel better and yourself secure, I wasn't going to be a part of that roller coaster ride. I'm not going to feed your ego because you can't handle what you chose. And I was chosen. So I'm not a fan of that. Also, he told me by the end of the summer I would have to get off birth control because this is his last year that he was going to plan to have a child. I have a 10-year-old. I'm not trying to have a kid by nobody that's not my husband. So that was the thing. And all these things that were said to me, he's piling up on top of me in a short amount of time. So it just feels like a roller coaster ride that I'm on. And I'm supposed to just be okay with everything that's being said and done. Like, no.
So block him, or how many times has he blocked? I guess I should ask that question as well.
Just this last time. Like, I've tried. Like, because it would always be like, oh, well, I was talking to you as a friend in confidence, and I was, I reached out, and I was asking for advice, and I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't fully understand, like, what he's saying or what he's doing or how he's moving, and that's okay. And I've been in that situation, like he said, like he asked me, like, have you ever dated a guy that never dated someone that's been in the entertainment world? And it's kind of crazy because it's like that was so long ago, and here we are talking about it again. So it's like, okay, so I told him, like, yeah, I used to date a guy that was Jehovah's Witness, and he was kind of walking out on his faith and he was dipping back and forth. So he made it very hard for me as well. So we ended up parting ways, and I told him too, like, I'm okay, I'm open enough to tell you anything that you want to know, but for you to sit in my face and tell me that I'm lying to you, it's like, what's the point of even talking about anything? So it just got to a point where it was just like a snowball. Like, it was so good in the beginning, like, it was so good, like, we had so much fun, like, and then it was just like, Reginald came out. Like, it was like, and he's always like, I'm transparent, I'm this is me, take me as I am. But then he would turn around and be like, well, you gotta do this, or what about this? Like, he was saying how he wanted to have threesomes every other night, all the other times, and I was like, well, I don't really, like, I've been in situations where, I had fun, but that's not something that I wanted to do on a regular. So it was like, why even, like, I'm getting into my head where I'm like, why am I even here? Like, this is not even something that you want. You're talking about how you're a bachelor, you're in your prime, and you got women sponsoring you. And that's when I said, well, if you got women sponsoring you, that's nothing for me, love. That's nothing for me. We can be on the same page. And for him to sit here and make it seem like I'm going through all this financial struggle where I'm looking for money, or I would do anything for money, is like absolutely absurd. Because that's not ever how I come off to anybody. Like, I want my man to be my partner, provide, do the things that we can do together, but I'm not gonna also take the whiplash and the trauma and the back and forth, the negativity, and then in his eyes, it's like, well, if we get through this in 2 weeks, we'll be together forever. And
like, exactly what I said.
Yeah, like, bruh, like, no.
Yeah, 2 weeks ain't nothing. He
was trying to crunch date. Like, he was trying to, like, it's like he was trying to court in a way, but times 10.
Yeah, like, relationship.
It was like speed relationship times 10. I guess because they only had that 2 weeks together before they both started their new jobs, but it's like, it was just too much within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You talking to somebody for 2 weeks, they're telling you, I need you to take out your birth control by November. What?
I need you to give me a threesome every other week.
Yeah, like, you're bugging.
I don't want to do this. Like, I don't think it. I grew up on love doesn't hurt, and if it does hurt, it's not out of betrayal. And for him, I just felt like every time I turned around, it was like a stab in the back. Like, you're supposed to be my partner, you're supposed to be my friend, you're supposed to. So it's like you're reaching out to so and so about me, but I didn't even market myself that way. I didn't even, so it's like you're going against me already.
Right.
So it's like you want to talk about it, but when I'm talking to you, it's like one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we talking about?
Okay. So I guess what was the final straw that caused you to end up blocking him and you guys to no longer speak?
So we did a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Well, we did a video and we had a blast. But at first, I told him, like, we could be friends. We don't have to do the romantic part of it. We could literally just be friends and just, do business, do YouTube. That's I'm down for that. He was like, absolutely not. Like, drop the L-bomb. Love. Told me he loved me, and he just couldn't work with someone that he had deep feelings for that deeply with, and just be friends. Okay. So I said, okay, we'll try it again. So we did the video, we had a good time, which also in the video I caught, because I was like, oh, I don't know, I think I said something like, oh, you like me or whatever. And he was like, or we're talking about doing business with people that you love, right? And he was like, well, like on the camera, he was like, well, it's a deep like. And I was like, because I'm an observant woman, okay? Like, I don't let nothing slide. I may not speak all the time,
right?
But I see it, I hear it, I feel it. So when I walk into a room, I'm definitely the most quietest one in the room because I am super observant. Like, I am. So it's like, I caught that, I sniffed it, and I was like, okay, he's not trying to own it in public, but he wants to own it in private. That's a problem for me. I never set it back, and I never felt that way. So I told him from the jump, like, I don't speak about things that I don't feel. So, and I'm very honest. I don't have a lot of friends because I'm very honest. So I literally, like, to be in this situation, it kind of was like I dodged a bullet to get shot, like, with a shotgun. Like, that's kind of how I took it. Like, I literally, this was crazy. This was a crazy experience for me because it was like up and down and fast. Okay. It was like a burning ball of hay. Just, it went up in flames really fast. And I was really, really happy. Like, I told my mom about him. I told my grandparents, like, everything. They were like, about the confidence thing, they were like, fuck him. They're old, and my family comes from, we don't have everything. So we grind out, we get it, and we work hard. We're hard-working family. Like, everybody's either technical school, nursing, everybody works really hard. So it's like, for him to sit and say, like, any of those things were just wild to them. And it's kind of just wanted to avoid him. Like, I just didn't see why he wanted me in his life when he had so many different things that I just didn't align with. It just wasn't a match in the real world.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All
right, so it's so much stuff that she just said that I got, like, some pieces in my head to remember what she said. So I'm gonna start at the beginning because, like, a beautiful word is context. So I'm gonna give context to everything that she just said. So pretty much with the $40 thing and with the PlayStation camera thing, why did I send $40? Because she said, I need gas. So she requested $40. I said, send. And that's what happened with that. Why did I pay for PlayStation camera? Hey, we're getting a game together. I have my camera, you have yours. Oh, you didn't have one. Here is a camera. So I don't know if it just came off like that when I was saying, like, she needed whatever, but this is what I'm saying when I was leading, saying, okay, we can do gaming together. Here's a camera, you need gas, here's a camera. Like, I didn't just send, hey, here's $40. So the whole financial hardship thing was her word said it. I'm not just gonna, you know what I mean? So that was that. She said so much that I gotta go through piece by piece. Okay, so she said about the whole confidence thing, right? So that's Kat. So it's like, why would I just say, like, you're not confident. Like, where does it come from? Like, could any of her actions perhaps made me feel like she wasn't confident?
We were referencing the show.
No, we were not referencing the show.
Yeah, we were.
It got to the point where after that confidence, because that was like one of our big first arguments, and then we kind of got over it. She said to me, like, you know, my friends were saying, like, yeah, you probably seem unconfident on the show, so that's what he got. So I could see where you're coming from with that. So she got where I was coming from with that, but now it's like, it's switching it up now. So anything that I said with love, so the whole November thing, yes, my contract's over in November. Hey, I'm really digging you. I'm loving what's going on. Like, I want you to be with me when I leave. Not just in November, you're coming with me. It's like, come on. Like, we got to give context to what's going on. You know what I mean? It's like, I said it in love, right? And then it's like everything that I said is just like, it's getting flipped. Like I was just like the freaking villain man. No, like I said it on some, I want you with me. I was with you for 3 weeks straight or whatever it was, 2.5 weeks. I'm loving it, loving the time. Like I said, right along doing all the stuff. I want you with me. Yeah. So that's why I said that. As far as the whole threesome thing, that was a conversation. It's like, oh, you used to be a dancer. It was like, once we got comfortable with the whole dancer thing, oh, you're a dancer. Did you ever dibble a devil, maybe? So it's like anything. I'm not just, you know what, we got. It's like, she just keeps on. It's like, everything has context. You know what I mean? So it's like anything that I said, so I could be like, yo, Nova, like, I want to do it, like, even, like, you know what, this is like, so y'all did like the recap. I was like, we could have probably been on that recap. Oh, you just want to go for Claudia? It's like, I'm trying to build this up, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm speaking out of love, she's taking everything that I'm said, and wait, the last one, the whole baby thing. I was saying that, yes, by the end of this year, I said by the end, so it was June, so I say by like June 2025, like I want to have a kid, but I know I'm not going to have a kid, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So, yeah, I want you to have a kid with me, but it's not like, you better take that out, because I'm going to, it's like, come on, Nova, like, it got to be context with what's going on, you know what I mean? So it's like, here's the thing, like, I get it, you know, it's like when someone doesn't like you, they're going to say all the bad things, that's cool, but I want to highlight some other things, like, the personality that I'm showing now, like, this is the personality of, like, how we match and all these other great things, and I'm going to keep saying it, my biggest thing, if we have a conversation, we can get through anything. It's like, how do you plan on growing with someone and it's like, you don't want to go through the hard conversations? Like, we were going through the hard things. Like, yeah, you're saying I'm seeking counsel. Yeah, because it was real for me. You know what I mean? It was real for me. Like, being together every single day, like for 2 to 3 weeks straight, like I was feeling the love. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to express it. It's like, oh, you're just trying to say that to use me. It's like, what can I say? It's like, I can't say anything because everything is used against me. And it's like, I'm trying to learn you to learn how to love you better. And it's like, you know, you're just like taking this like some attacks. And it's like, it gets to the point where it's like, dang.
I'm not trying to judge, but he come off like somebody that hasn't dealt with a lot of women in his life. Like a lot of females.
Well, he dealt with somebody because he got 2 kids, but...
Yeah, true, but it just, the way he come off is...
I think he loves very...
He fell in love in 3 days.
And deeply, and it can be overwhelming.
But they said, but even saying within 2 weeks, isn't that kind of like weird to tell somebody? I understand you want kids, it's cool, but in 2 weeks, you just go, get out the birth control, we about to have some kids? Like he said, everything, I do believe everything has context. So I think they were basically, I think they were having a conversation, but I don't think he said it like, you better take out that birth control now because I want kids next year. I think it was more like they were having a conversation, getting to know each other, and he was like, well, you know, like, I really want kids, and I want it by that, you know, next year, June. Gotcha. So I feel like, you know, like, if you want kids with me, we should take out. He said it. Mm-hmm. It's the I do believe it's the context with everything. Maybe that, and that's why I said I hope they're not being petty. Yeah. And when things are taken out of context, it could be made to make people look bad instead of it like we're just having a conversation and I may say something and then you may be like, well, he said, but you got to listen to it with the context in which it was spoken with. So like, I mean, explained that very well. Explain that.
I just like I said, it's just everything that I was saying to her was out of love. So I don't want to make it seem like I was just some crazy guy just talking crazy. Like I was really trying to build her up. And when I was talking about financial hardship, I'm not trying to say it like she's a financial hardship. Like anything that she expressed to me, like if she was going through that, I was making the point of, well, this is how we make passive income. We can do this together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to say it like demean her or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to say it like how I said it to her, which I felt I said it in love. Like, we can get through this. You know what I mean? So I wasn't trying to. It never was my intention. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't want to keep saying the word trauma, trigger, or whatever like that, but I think the overall piece of this is like, because, you know, conversation is big for me, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can push a narrative and like, maybe I was pushing it past the bandwidth of what she wasn't ready to handle, as she said, like 6 years ago, stuff like that. But I just met you. So, you know, 6 years ago feels like right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, anything I said was with overstanding in love. It was big energy. It was just like, hey, I want to get to learn her. I want to see how I can love her properly. Like there's a saying, it's like a man knows within the first couple months if you want to marry you. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but if you move intentional, which is how I was doing, then you can grow into that. So even kind of like the turmoil, the downfall of it, I reached out for more advice. Like, hey, is there anything I can do, whatever. And that's why I said I want to say thank you to you guys, because you let me know, like, you know, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we can give you advice if you need advice, but it will get to the point where it's like you guys, excuse me, both of us have to decide whether it's going to be a yay or a nay. We don't want to force it. It's just like naturally, genuinely see what happens. And so it genuinely and naturally led to this point, which is unfortunate, but you know, it was real.
Okay. All right. Well, any final words from either one of you guys before we wrap it up?
Be safe out there.
I'm going to, of course, say final words. So I want to say that if there was a moment, you know what I mean, where I made Nova feel like she wasn't enough, definitely did not mean to do that. Like sometimes you can find like multiple women in one woman, you know what I mean? So like, this woman supports me, this woman loves me, but if you find someone who loves and supports you, it's like 3 in 1, you know what I mean? So there definitely was a lot of her traits.
I know you feeling stupid right now. That's why he's sitting there about to apologize in a way and trying to have a last word, because he want her back. And especially with her showing up like that, with her knockers out, dressed up. I know women, y'all.
With her knockers out.
I know women, come on.
You call them knockers.
I know y'all do. Y'all know what y'all be doing. She pulled up like, you freaking, I don't know. It maybe just wasn't it. But my thing is, I just say this, right? Can he take some accountability and be like, well, clearly something didn't work, because what he was trying to do to make it work, it didn't work. He not with no more. So, I'm asking you, you know what I mean? But should he go back to the playbook or the drawing board and look in the mirror and say to himself like, damn, I do need to change the way I communicate, or I do need to change the way things come off. He need to go back to the playbook in a way, right?
I think what made it hard is her past. I feel like he really couldn't get over that, and because of that,
so then he got to know how to move on, and that's
but
it.
Then right, but he knows how to move on. But let's see if he had a simpler woman like.
And he in his I'm not saying he said, but he in his prime, right?
This is his prime.
He in his prime. That's what he said. He didn't say the bachelor thing, but I think he confident himself. He in his prime. Move on. That's it. But that's what makes me stuck with why you so.
I feel like if he had a simpler woman, like simple as in didn't come from the entertainment industry, it probably would have been a little better. But because he couldn't get over that became a daily conversation, and it's like, bro, get over it. And then after that, things just start to spiral, because you already turned me off with asking me this question every single day about my past, and then you're telling me I'm a liar when I'm telling you about my past, and then other things just build on top of that. So because of how the foundation was set, I feel like that's what made everything fall to pieces.
Like I said, I don't know if it came off like I'm trying to beat her down. Definitely not. But there's a lot of things about her that resonated with me extremely well. You know what I mean? And I do truly believe if she would have had like a little bit more fight, that this could have worked out. But our cards was meant to end like this, so I accept that.
All right, Nova, you're good. Any final?
I would just say that for Reggie and moving forward, I think that he does need to apply a little more grace, because the grace that he has is hourly, and some people need more time than that. I tried as hard as I could, but I did feel beaten down. I felt like, what is the point? Like, why am I here if I'm always defending myself, or just kind of coming back always from like a ricochet. Like, I'm always, bouncing back up. It got draining. But I think if he just took his time with me as much as I was taking my time with him, because a lot of people don't play about their character and who they are as a person, and to have someone play with your character and who you are, that stings. And I don't think he, even to this day, realizes that. It's kind of like something brushed under the rug, but you can't brush someone who they are, what they stand for, 10 toes down, you know, how they move. You can't brush that under the rug or make your own story to fit you. So yeah, that's all. I, you know, wish them the best.
Yeah.
You know, no hard feelings, but yeah, not for me.
Okay. All right. Well, any upcoming projects from either one of you that we could be on the lookout for?
Right now, I'm just focusing on school and my baby. Yeah, that's it pretty much. I'm not doing anything. I might have some photo shoots coming up, but that's about it. I'm gonna get back out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck with school.
Thank you.
Reggie, how about for yourself?
Yeah, like I said, so during my quote unquote depressive time, I've been just kind of working hard. So I do music, do motivational music. So I plan on releasing my third music album project this summer. Smooth Motivation. Check it out on all your streaming platforms. I actually have a business partner, CEO Rose. He works for NIL, like athletes. So we're working on kind of doing things with teaching athletes, kind of how to project themselves for the future as far as financial literacy, setting themselves up for success. Yeah, but overall, I want to say that thank you. Great experience. Thank you guys for having me for sure. Thanks Nova, honestly, for showing up and just kind of giving it a try. And yeah, just thankful.
All right. Well, thank you both for your time today, and thank you for everyone at home for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.
That is it. That is the catch up with Reggie and Nova. I think it was interesting. I really liked this video. I liked
This is my
the
favorite one.
conversation. I liked the
this is a good
conversation.
one.
This was a really good one.
My son Ninja Aaron was up there, but this was a good one. This was a very good. It's a very good video. I just think my son need to go back to the playbook, to the drawing board. You know, real men know how to, you know, hold themselves accountable and blame themselves for all the outcomes that happen in their lives. And he clearly wanted her still. He said it. He wished things would have.
He said he going through
different.
the quote unquote depression state.
Oh, he is. And he blew it. Sometimes men just talk too much. Get emotional and start talking.
Y'all start feeling yourself
too much.
Like my mother said, y'all start smelling your armpit.
Whatever it is. But clearly, this is just off his actions. He know he did something wrong. He just need to go back to drawing board. He had it in the bag, and he fumbled the bag. You knew from the jump what she did. She told you. You should have accepted it. Or if not, you should have just left it alone. And then you wouldn't be going through this depressing stage now. Because you clearly in your head like, damn, I really messed this up.
Yep.
Seemed like a very nice young lady, pretty. She accepts her past. She know what she's done. And yeah, she's smiling, you looking sad, my brother. I don't know, man. Like, taking these women for granted. You want to say simp and all that. The Bible say every man needs a woman. I was smart enough to make sure I married mine, and I know for a fact. I'm gonna put out there now. Y'all wanna call me whatever. I need my lady in my life. I need my woman. I sleep good at night. I sleep better. And when these men start realizing that and start maturing, then maybe you'll find one.
But that's all we have for today's video. Once again, we just want to say thank you to It's T Jones 7334 for recommending us to react to it.
Good video.
If you have any more videos that you want us to react to, make sure you comment down below, and we'll see you in our next video.
Peace.